You guys, I'm so excited. I got my first profile today. Oh my word, they're a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. So, being a returning surrogate, meaning I've worked with this agency in the past, they know me, they know, my history, that I'm successful at carrying babies, blah, 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 blah. So, because they know all that, there's perks that come with it for me, I guess, and for them. But one of the perks is that I get to see the intended parents' profiles before they got to see mine. That was one of the things that, I wished I could have done the first time around. I wanted to get their profiles first so I could say yes or no. Kind of like a dating website where you're like scrolling through and you're like swiping yes or no. No, that sounds terrible. So, anyway, back to where I was going with that. Anyway, I got a profile of some intended parents because I'm doing this vlog and it'll basically be on the internet for everyone to watch. I have to be careful with their privacy. So I can't share, specific details like names, locations, identifying factors about them because I don't know if they're comfortable with that or not, and I don't want to have to re-record this video later. So I'll just give you some little snippets that I found interesting about them that are very vague. So they have been together for over a decade, which is amazing. That's quite impressive. They've done lots of volunteer work throughout their life. They've done a lot of volunteer work, which is great. They both have advanced degrees in pretty impressive things. I'm not gonna lie. I read what one of the degrees was. I was like, what? What does that even mean? So impressive degrees. I mean, doesn't really make a difference whether or not they'd be a good parent or not, but I find it fascinating and it's impressive to me. So also they are very well traveled. They've been to multiple countries. They've lived in different states, which I'm so jealous of because I've literally lived in 3 states, all on the West Coast, and I have only been out of the country twice, 3 times, maybe 3 times. I did a mission trip to Peru when I was in high school, which was super fun until I got sick. But I mean, it was really fun though. And we didn't get to do any sightseeing, which was such a huge bummer. But anyway, I've been to Peru, I've been to Canada twice, and that's it. I mean, my first intended parents that I carried for are from an international country, which I would love to go to. I would have a free place to stay, so I wouldn't even have to pay for a hotel or anything. But I have not gone yet, and I want to. Maybe after this surrogacy, I'll go there. Anyway, well traveled. These intended parents have tried to have kids on their own and couldn't. And so surrogacy was, an option that they decided to go with, which is great. I get it. It's not that they just don't want to have a baby naturally, it's that they couldn't. So it makes it more special in my opinion. They're more grateful for the baby in the end because they've wanted it so badly for so long. But yeah, they're impressive people. So I texted the surrogate coordinator that I'm working with and told her, send them my profile and let me know what they think. And so she sent it to them. And so now I'm just waiting to hear back whether or not they want to meet me. So it's, a two-way street. They have to want to meet me and I have to want to meet them for them to set up a match meeting between the two of us. So fingers crossed. Okay, so it is literally the next day. I got a text from my surrogate coordinator saying that the intended parents loved my profile and want to set up a meeting. So that's super exciting. The case manager, I worked with the surrogate coordinator to get me basically like a match meeting with a set of intended parents, right? Once both sides have agreed to meet, we get assigned a case manager. It's a completely different person that kind of facilitates things from the match meeting all the way through the pregnancy to the end, assuming that the match meeting goes well and we're like matched together. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, the case coordinator emailed me. She's the one that I'm going to be contacting. I'll be talking to her through, the end of the pregnancy, assuming everything works out. She emailed me the next steps. Before we set up a match meeting, my medical records have to be sent to their doctor that they've been working with at the clinic. My records got sent over to the clinic as like a broad yes or no. They can work with me, I guess. Now my records have to be approved by the intended parent's doctor. So that should take a couple of weeks. Then once my records have been approved, which again, I'm not worried about it. They've done it once before. I'm pretty sure, this doctor will think they're fine as well. So once my medical records get approved, then we will set up a match meeting with the intended parents and my case manager. The case manager will basically be there to, not to mediate, but just to, keep things flowing so we get through the meeting in a timely fashion. She also said that we were going to set up a pre-match meeting. So we'll talk about basically everything that we will be talking about during the match meeting. So there's no surprises, and I'll have the answers already thought out so I don't stumble over what I'm going to say, because I tend to do that when I don't plan things out. Basically, if we both like each other, then it will be, a match, and they'll start drawing up contracts for us to go over, which I'll make another video about the contracts and stuff. It's not as scary as it sounds. It's basically like the baby is theirs. I have no rights to it. They get to name it. Stuff like that. It's fine. I'm not even concerned. So after the contracts are done, then I'll go in and have my physical medical screening with the clinic, which they've seen the records. Now they want to see, the actual goods, I guess. So after the screening and everything's all good and the contracts are signed and everything is hunky-dory, then I will start the IVF medications, which is a lot of shots. Shot. No, I'm just kidding. Not those kind of shots. I will also make a video on that. It'll be great fun, stabbing myself with needles multiple times. My mom does it for me. She was a nurse for, decades. So it's hard to like reach around, and it's hard. I can't, the ankle is, I just make her do it. It's fine. But yeah, lots of shots. So after the match is confirmed, the embryo transfer will be about 4 or 5 months after that. Wow, that's not that far away. 4 or 5 months. That's like October, November. Well, that's not that long. Like I said, so hurry up and wait. It doesn't seem like that long ago. I mean, I guess I started in February, March, April, and now it's May, so it's already been 3 months. So anyway, fingers crossed that the meeting goes well. If the meeting just goes horribly and we hate each other, I mean, unlikely, but on the off chance that they say something or I say something that one of us don't like, or for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. For whatever reason that the match doesn't work, I will go back to the surrogate coordinator. I'll be talking with her again, and then my profile will get thrown back in with the other ones, and the agency will try to find me another intended parent or parents to do another match meeting with. When I did this process the first time, I think I met with two different couples. I think I actually had conversations with two different couples before I got matched. I almost had a match meeting with another couple, but they ended up getting pregnant right before the meeting. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know if they actually were successful carrying the baby to term and stuff, which I hope. I kind of want to reach out to the agency and find out. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'm really curious to know if they ever contacted the agency afterwards and told them like, hey, we had a baby, or like, hey, put our names back in the list and find us a surrogate. I'm curious because that was, 2015 or 16, so the kid would be much older now. But anyway, I'm rambling. Don't mind me. I'll see you guys later.